Chronic insomnia. After 65 equals your stroke risk may triple. You think missing a few nights of sleep is no big deal? Think again. If you're over 65 and you've been tossing and turning for weeks, that could be the warning shot your brain is firing before something devastating hits. Not just fatigue, not just a little brain fog. We're talking about something far worse. Your risk of a stroke could be tripled, and you might not even realize it until it's too late. Sleep is not just rest, it's daily repair, brain detox, and heart protection rolled into one. But when sleep breaks down, everything else starts to follow. And the older you get, the more dangerous chronic insomnia becomes. Let's break it down. 5 subtle but serious ways chronic insomnia might be quietly pushing you toward a stroke or worse. 1. Your blood pressure isn't dropping at night, and that's a big red flag. Normally, our blood pressure naturally dips at night. This nighttime dip is like giving your heart a break. It's crucial. But when you suffer from chronic insomnia, your sympathetic nervous system stays hyperactive. Your body stays in fight or flight mode, even while you lie there trying to sleep. The result? No blood pressure dip. Your arteries stay tense. Your heart keeps working overtime, and this consistent pressure builds up day after day. Many older adults don't even realize their nightly blood pressure stays high, until one morning they wake up dizzy, weak, or not at all. Studies from the American Heart Association have shown that older adults who suffer from insomnia with short sleep duration are up to 3 times more likely to develop high blood pressure and major cardiovascular events, including strokes. What's more terrifying? This damage happens even if you feel okay during the day. If you're over 65 and you often feel wired but tired at night, check your nighttime blood pressure. Talk to your doctor and take insomnia seriously, not as a nuisance, but as a vascular time bomb. 2. Inflammation in your brain begins to skyrocket. Sleep isn't just about rest. It's the body's built-in detox system, especially for the brain. During deep sleep, your brain activates what's called the glymphatic system, which clears out toxins, metabolic waste, and damaged proteins like beta amyloid. But when sleep is broken, night after night, your brain doesn't clean itself. Instead, inflammation builds. And this chronic brain inflammation isn't just about memory loss. It's directly linked to increased stroke risk, especially in people over 65. Why? Because inflammation damages blood vessels in the brain. Capillaries weaken, arterial walls stiffen, microbleeds become more likely, and a single blood clot, which your inflamed system can't clear properly, could become the trigger for a major ischemic stroke. Even more insidious, this kind of damage doesn't always come with pain or obvious symptoms. You might just notice you're forgetting names more often. You feel irritable. You can't concentrate like before. Those small things, they could be early signs your brain is crying out for sleep. And that damage is already in motion. If you've been brushing off insomnia for weeks or months, especially in your 60s or 70s, it's time to rethink. You're not just tired, you may be inflamed from the inside out. 3. Your blood sugar is out of control, even if you don't have diabetes. You might think poor sleep only makes you tired, but here's a hidden danger. Chronic insomnia disrupts your glucose metabolism, even if you've never had blood sugar issues before. Sleep helps regulate insulin, the hormone that moves sugar from your bloodstream into your cells. But when you're sleep deprived, especially over long periods, your body becomes insulin resistant. That means more sugar stays in your blood, feeding inflammation and damaging blood vessels, especially the delicate ones in the brain. Research published in The Lancet found that people over 60 with chronic sleep problems were significantly more likely to develop type 2 diabetes and suffer microvascular complications, the kind that lead to stroke, cognitive decline, even vision loss. So if you've noticed more sugar cravings, blurred vision, or increased thirst lately, and you're not sleeping well, these could be early warning signs. Your body is screaming for balance, and without good sleep, it can't restore it. And don't wait for a diabetes diagnosis. By the time it shows up in your blood work, the damage may already be underway. 4. Your brain's alarm system becomes hyperactive. Chronic insomnia doesn't just make you tired, it rewires your brain. More specifically, it affects the amygdala, your brain's fear center. When you don't sleep enough, the amygdala becomes oversensitive, firing off stress signals for even minor triggers. This creates a loop of anxiety, tension, and constant alertness, which leads to even more sleeplessness. But more dangerously, this constant stress floods your body with cortisol and adrenaline, stress hormones that constrict blood vessels and raise blood pressure. Over time, this causes your vascular walls to stiffen, your heart rate variability to drop, and your clotting risk to increase. In short, your brain is stuck in a panic mode, and your cardiovascular system is bearing the cost. You might feel this as chest tightness, lightheadedness, or even sudden headaches. But many times it just feels like stress. Don't underestimate it. If you're over 65, chronic insomnia might be keeping your brain trapped in red alert. And one major stressor, even something small, could tip the balance and lead to a stroke. 5. Your heart starts to beat out of sync. One of the most overlooked effects of chronic insomnia in older adults is disruption of heart rhythm. Without proper rest, your autonomic nervous system, which controls your heart rate, starts to malfunction. The result? Irregular heartbeats, arrhythmias, especially a dangerous one called atrial fibrillation, AFib. AFib is a major stroke risk factor because it can lead to blood clots forming in the heart, which may then travel to the brain. And guess what? Insomnia increases your risk of AFib significantly. A large study from Circulation found that adults over 65 with insomnia were 30 to 40% more likely to develop atrial fibrillation over time. And because AFib can be silent at first, no chest pain, no palpitations, it often goes unnoticed until a clot strikes. If you're waking up with a racing heart or feeling your heart flutter when you lie down, don't ignore it. That could be your heart warning you, I can't take this stress anymore. And when the heart falters, the brain is next in line to suffer. So here's the truth. Insomnia after 65 is not just about poor sleep. It's a warning, a signal that something inside your body is unbalanced, inflamed, and under attack. Your brain, your heart, your blood vessels, they all depend on deep, restorative sleep to heal and survive. But when that sleep disappears, the damage doesn't wait. If you've been pushing through your sleepless nights, telling yourself it's just part of getting older, please stop. This isn't just aging. It could be the first stage of something preventable or irreversible. Get help, talk to your doctor, explore natural therapies, protect your nights, because they might be the key to protecting your life.